Hey, welcome to Nauticus. Bill Murray, the National Weather Association here, giving you a little tour of what you're going to see on September 10th when you come for the Weather Ready Fest. These are 3 gangplanks that go up to the museum. And we'll take this first one right here and we'll walk up. There'll be registration tables here at the top. Volunteers will be taking the Eventbrite tickets and exchanging those for beautiful keepsake wristbands. The 2 tables will be on both sides there. They'll be in between the 3 gangplanks. This area to the left is the front deck, and this is where the outdoor exhibits will be. We'll have 5 tables along this wall here to the left, and then 3 making the dog leg to the right. The area between the 2 pylons will have the stage, and that's where Nick Walker will be performing. You'll have all your wet exhibits out here. We have to keep this area right here where the naval-based cruises are sold clear, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We'll make signage for the doors. The banners will hang along these areas here. You hear the music that'll be playing that day, and we'll get ready to enter the museum. You go through these double doors right here, and there's where you'll be greeted by volunteers from the National Weather Association. These stanchions right here will be gone. That's Ricky over there. He's famous. He's the admissions director. But we'll have volunteers in this area handing out any important information. We won't use this area over here on the left. There are 2 ways to get into the upper part of the building, and I'll tell you about those in just a second. But the gift shop is right as you enter. On the right side, we'll have 3 exhibits down this hallway across from the cafe. You see those stairs down there? That's the way to go up to the 2nd floor and eventually the 3rd floor. We have a hurricane simulator right here. It does cost $1 to use that, but it's not part of the free exhibit. There'll be a Nauticus volunteer here that day. This is the people mover that carries you up to the 3rd floor. We'll have an information desk right there in front of that schooner. They'll have 2 NWA volunteers that will be telling people what they need to know, answering questions, things like that. So we'll have the 3 exhibits right here below us. And then people make their way up this people mover, listening to an interesting and informative audio with some video on the wall about the museum and the port and different things. But we'll make it to the top here, and this is where our experience for WeatherFest will begin. This short hallway right here will house exhibits on the left. There is power there. We'll be working all that out. The exhibits will be on the left. And as you enter into the seaport exhibit area, you can see the beautiful views out there. Unfortunately, there are no cruise ships here that day, or a place would be really crazy. But we enter this area right here. We'll have 2 exhibits here on both sides or in front of these 2 boats. And this Norfolk Southern permanent exhibit is where we'll have Amber Liggett with her weather balloon tying off. This area right here is used for education. Don't think it's going to be used on the day we're there. But so we could employ it if we need to, but I don't think we will. This area right here is a play area. You see it goes out onto the deck that overlooks the seaport. Really impressive out there. I'm not going to put anything here because children tend to play right here in this area. But this area right to the right is the amphitheater, and that's the area where the electrostatic generator, the Van de Graaff, will be used at 4:15 that afternoon. That's the only time that amphitheater is going to be used. This is to mimic the working bridge of a ship. Plays normal weather radio, which is quite appropriate, but especially with the tropical depression now, tropical storm coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. There you go on the other side. You see the amphitheater where we just were. Not going to use this area right here. Could if we wanted to, but we'd be sticking an exhibitor in a very loud area. We got a place right here for one exhibitor that doesn't have electricity, and we've got room in this area for 1 more exhibitor, probably right there. That's at least where I drew it. So this area is called the Guns, Sweat, and Tears exhibit. You transition out of it, you go into the 1907 exhibit. We'll be able to put 1 table here, 1 table over there. One of the things we have to do is to remember to move all the benches, signs, put them where they need to be. There's a family restroom back here, and that'll be important. This area can be used right here. We'll put somebody right in this area, and then you move deeper into the 1907 exhibit. You kind of get an idea what it looks like. Lots of nooks and crannies, lots of corners, and we'll be using this area for a couple of tables. Try to stay out of the way of the main exhibits. Like right here is a perfect place that will have 1 table. As you walk these stairs to sort of a carnival area We'll have 2 tables greeting visitors that walk up from that. And that's probably all we'll put right here. These will require, of course, no electricity. But right to the left, very important, the Navy League Learning Center. This is where a double classroom is. This is where our volunteers will come to relax on one side of it. That's this left side. The right side is where we will do the Kidwind exhibit. So we'll need signage in this area to make sure that people know how to get to the volunteer lounge, where we will be serving lunch. Continuing on into the 1907 exhibit, you can see opportunities for a table like right here. This is perfect in the Great White Fleet area. Just going around the corner, you see a great opportunity for an exhibit right here. Again, no electricity. You can see another great place for a table right there.
What time do we close?
5 o'clock.
Ooh,
Getting close.
yes. What time is it?
It's like 3:40 or 4:40.
4:40. Oh, Vaughn.
4:38. This area probably won't be used. This is the Amethyst Theater. We won't do anything in there. But you see, I'm now an official member of the Nauticus staff. I've been here so much the last 3 days, they think that I'm a part of the staff. So anyway, that's the back side of the design chamber. Here you move into the Vista area. This overlooks the battleship. We'll have lots of, one thing I didn't take you to back there was to the NASA room. This is where their exhibit is going to be. It's going to be really cool. You're going to have a really good sign there though, because that area could get lost in the shuffle very easily. So I'm going to run you back into that area because I didn't show you that. This is that beautiful room that we use for NASA. We'll put the video wall on that back wall where you see the television. We'll have to mute it. Have to turn that down. We'll probably do that on Friday night. Put 15 chairs in here, and that room should look really good. So we'll have to have a really good sign here to make sure that we can direct our visitors to the big NASA display, which should be one of the prettiest ones of the Weatherfest. So again, a play area that we won't touch, but now we move into the Vista area. This is where you can look out over the battleship. Beautiful, lots of tables will be in this area. We're going to mainly focus them along this wall, coming along the left side, down the right, down the middle, down the windows. That'll give us at least 4 or 5 tables in that area. We've got some more space that we can use right here in this corner. Most of these have no electricity though, so we'll have to keep that in mind. So as you can see right here, you get an idea about where we can probably put 3 tables. This area will remain unused, and we won't do anything in that area at all. So now I think we've covered all of that beautifully. Now we're gonna walk through the naval power area here, right in the middle. Won't use any of this area. That's the dulcet tones of David McCullough in the background, my favorite historian. And, talking about the USS Wisconsin, which is the big battleship. As you come back onto this side of the museum, we walk toward the atrium, toward the front. We're going toward the front, toward Waterside Drive. And you enter the just below the surface area, permanently staffed exhibit by the museum there. This little area right here with the little lock and dam will be used just for that purpose. We'll move this bench. We'll move this bench. Those 2 benches will become part of what we do as we get into this area. Now I'm going to walk down this hallway. I'm going to go toward the NOAA hallway. Give you a little tour of that real quick. First, this little ocean area here. We'll put 3 tables on the left. No electricity, but they'll be there. We're going to try to contact the U.S. Navy Stewards of the Sea. They're the Environmental Protection Agency of the Navy. We'll try to get them involved because they already have a permanent exhibit. This is the education area right here, this classroom that we would use for the tornado bottles, tornadoes in a bottle. You can see the chairs. We have 30 chairs for this classroom. We have 30 for the other, 4 tables. Basically, just put those perpendicular to the main table there. There's a sink back there, which is really important for making the tornadoes in a bottle. Now, to walk through the NOAA hallway, well, no, I guess I'm not really to the NOAA hallway yet. I'm going to the Science on a Sphere. Some cool stuff in here. Neat exhibit there, but mainly we're going to worry about two things here. That's Science on a Sphere. They'll have a couple of regular shows in here. There are chairs for that. And we have this little weather center that we're going to use right here. We'll put somebody there. There's some tsunami information around the corner here and a permanent exhibit that's kind of cool. Could conceivably put somebody back here, but I doubt that we'll do that. That's the Science on a Sphere. Then you enter the area that I call the weather deck. Out there you have a rain gauge, NOAA data buoy, and a weather station. But we will put probably a table here. We could put more tables, but back to the back we're going to put 3 tables. That will work that area right there. There is electricity to those. We'll have to run some extension cords, but that shouldn't be a problem. Now, this is the entrance to the theater. Of course, the marquees will be changed. Show Blake Naptel's movie that day. I think that's about it. We'll fit 1 or 2 more tables right there. Then this atrium space is some of the best space that we run into. Even though it doesn't have electricity, we've got 1 table there. Got another table there. We'll need to move the potted plants and the trash cans, but that won't be any problem. As you come around this corner, we'll be able to move these 2 benches, and those will work into our plan too. And then this oceanography hall, part of the NOAA exhibit, will be a great place for a table that we can actually use some electricity right there. So that's going to be a good place for us to be. You see the really cool lock and dam exhibit. And then I think we're through with the 2nd floor. So our visitors will be able to walk down the stairs to the 2nd floor. Which is where they gain access to the Battleship Wisconsin. We'll have some exhibits on 2nd as well. This hallway right here is pretty tight. I don't think we'll really be able to do anything in this area. But you can go down this hallway that you see right here, make the turn and go down to the 1st floor. We'll probably use that primarily as just an emergency exit. You can see the signs leading to the Battleship Wisconsin. We come to a mirrored atrium level here near the entrance to the Hampton Roads Naval Museum. We'll be able to get 5 or 6 tables in this area by moving the benches. And if you go that way, you would go into the Battleship Wisconsin. So you can see down into the main part of the atrium on the 1st floor. These tables will be there for us. We've got an elevator there, of course. You can see down to the people mover coming up. This is the exit from the theater. This is going to be an exhibit, but it won't be in use when we're here. So we're going to keep the tables on the left because we don't mess up the freshly painted walls. We'll move these trash cans maybe back, protect the wall a little bit. We will be able to get, of course, another table there and 1 table here, which has electricity. This is right next to the speaker room. Another table on the left. Then you get into the Nauticus administration offices. Our restrooms back here. Conference rooms where we'll have speakers that day. And you get back to the to a service entrance elevator there and the public restrooms. So that gives us a good tour of the 2nd floor. And we'll walk our way back, and I think we have completed our tour. So anyway, look forward to seeing you on September 10th. Thank you for volunteering. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in